Shall we do the next item here?
Yes, this was big news that also happened. Well, this happened last week. I was
Yeah.
gonna say right after we did the show, but
Yeah.
no. So there was a bloodbath over at Microsoft where they are hacking and slashing and hacking studios. The biggest ones being the studios behind Redfall, which maybe not that surprising, and the other is the studio behind Hi-Fi Rush, which is a little more surprising, but
Because it was a
as
hit. The game was a hit, as far as I
that game
know.
it and they put it on the PlayStation 5. From what I read, is that a lot of people had left that studio before they shut it down, but I also saw some people say that's not what happened. So your guess is as good as mine there. So, but I know the founder of that studio, the Hi-Fi Rush studio, which if I was good, I would tell you the name of, had already left. Was that Tango? Is that Tango Gameworks?
That is the name of that
Yeah.
studio.
Yeah. So the founder of Tango had already left and taken a lot of people with him, is what I heard. And that might have been part of the reason why it was shut down, because that original talent wasn't there anymore. But again, I also, some people say that that's not entirely true. So
just wait for the Jason Schreier book in like 3 years.
Yeah, so you know, it is what it you know, it's sad all around, you know, even Redfall was made by an Arcane studio, Arcane Austin. You know, I do like Arcane games generally speaking, but I did not like Redfall. I know that game was a big disappointment for Microsoft. I know they're trying to right their ship, so to speak. I don't know if this is the way. I don't know. I don't know if they're. I don't know what they're doing, to be perfectly honest.
Neither do they. Woo!
Yeah, they have bigger problems than Redfall and Hi-Fi Rush. Right.
Right. You think
which may be part of why they chose to shut them down, right? Like it's a matter of where we want to put our focus at.
Yes. So, I mean, there's part of me that also thinks, and it's funny that they bought Activision, because what I think of when you have like these smaller studios that have talent and maybe getting rid of them isn't what you want to do. Maybe you sort of fold them in to work on the marquee projects, kind of like how Activision does with Call of Duty, with like Raven Software and Beanox, and they have them work on, you know, the zombies or the multiplayer, and you have all these studios working on these marquee games.
But what marquee games are they working on?
They're working on Call of Duty.
What? But I mean, these studios.
Well, that's what I mean. It's like maybe instead of having Arcane Austin and I already forgot the name of the other studio working on Hi-Fi Rush and Redfall, maybe they should be working on Fallout 5 and working on elements there to help expedite the release of that game or something.
Halo.
Another Halo. I mean, I've said
remember Halo?
The fact that there haven't been 10 Halo games,
it's insane.
Is insane. The fact that we don't have a new Halo game every other year, I know that seems like a lot.
Yeah, but it's pretty wild
it's wild that we're not up to.
Halo is Xbox, and Xbox is Halo for the most part. It was anyway, and then
it was.
They diversified
in a bad way.
In a bad way.
Yes. Yes.
They took their most valuable asset and they said, "Hey, just do that and let's diversify."
And every year there's not a Halo. It should be this. It should be a Halo and a Forza, whichever Forza you want to come out the same year as Halo, and then the next year it should be the other Forza and Gears of War, and that should be the cycle for Microsoft every year. It should be, oh, what's this fall? Oh, this fall it's a Halo Forza Horizon year, and then the next fall, oh, it's a Forza.
Well, they were set up that way, and then I don't know what happened. Like because they had Fable in there too, right? Like that was their like third, like trying to be their third thing.
And yes, and we should be on Fable 6 by now, but we're not. And then they bought up all these studios just to shut them down. When
no, they bought like that's part of the
they bought it
just the natural way of these things. Like they weren't buying them for these. Yeah, but they weren't buying them for Arcane, Austin, and Tango Gameworks, right? Like that's not where the money was being spent.
if there's, I guess it's just more of a if there's talent there, and if it could help expedite the release of something. What
are they working on though? Like what? I have no idea what they're working on.
Fallout 5 is apparently what they're working on, I thought. And there's a new Skyrim game that they're supposedly working on.
Sure there is.
I mean, these are the things. These are the things. But those are these are the things that should be coming out on a regular basis. I think Starfield was a good idea, but I don't think it worked. It was too much. It was too much like Mass Effect. In certain beats where it was like, oh, this is like shitty Mass Effect. That was sort of the problem. And the fact that Obsidian put out a game that was also a better version of a role-playing game in outer space, not 2 years before it. So a lot of that didn't work, where if they had something ready out of the gate, another Fallout or another Skyrim, to kind of soften that. Because again, we're talking Microsoft wanting to be in, if they want to sit at the big boy table with releasing the big boy games, they got to be releasing these big boy games at a clip.
Nobody's releasing big boy games though. There's no games.
Well,
where are all the games?
There's
a new Assassin's Creed game.
I mean, good on them, I guess.
They're managing to keep pumping them out.
Managing to keep pumping out the games.
I mean, that's how you get a Helldivers becoming so popular, because what the hell else is there?
Kinda.
Mm-hmm.
Kinda. So did you watch the well, I guess we talked about it, the Assassin's Creed Shadows, which is the new ninja Assassin's Creed.
I was so offended.
Black guy, and he had a beard too. They wouldn't allow a beard in Japan.
Oh no, that's not what I was offended about.
Oh, which one?
I was offended that they I gotta think of a good joke and I don't have one, so come back to me. Sorry, I shit the bed.
So finally, they're making a Japan.
By the price.
What's that? For the price?
I was offended by the price.
Well, so everyone's been asking for an Assassin's Creed Japan game for a while. It's been at least been rumored for a while, and now it's finally happening. It's coming out this year.
I know. I hope it's good. We all know I love Assassin's Creed games. It's not like it's a secret. Is it? But I am also not a fan of samurai games.
Well, ninja and samurai.
I know there's a ninja. I know, but I think you have to swap between the two.
Right.
Like if it was all ninja, I'd probably be on board. Something about samurais I find slow and clunky, and I'm usually not a fan.
So when you need to climb, you do the ninja, and then when you need to stab more, you do the samurai.
Exactly. I don't know how I feel about that.
We'll see
it's a personal preference thing. I know there are people that love samurais in games, and more power to you. I'm not taking that away from you.
Maybe this will be the thing that makes you like samurais.
Yeah, because there was Tsushima, whatever that game was.
Yeah.
Like that just didn't do it for me.
Oh, I liked that a lot.
I know you did. Again, I'm not taking that away from you.
I'm not offended.
Fine. Nor should you be.
Okay.
It just wasn't for me. I recognize that it's an excellent game.
Right.
But I also recognize that I don't want to play more of it.
Right. What about...
I look forward to the complaints about this one being set in Japan, but not made in Japan.
Oh, yeah. On behalf of white people getting offended on behalf of Japanese people?
Yes, that is what I'm looking for.
That it's made in France?
Yes.
Don't tell them where tempura comes from.
Portugal. It's true.
Yes. I know.
What else we got here? Did you see the new Sonic Rumble trailer? They're making a battle royale Sonic game.
Okay.
32 players.
Okay.
Get the rings.
All right.
I don't know what else. Go around the thing.
All right.
That's it.
Sure. Why not?
Yeah.
Like Sega makes Sonic games. Like they just keep they're making Sonic games. Like we get 4 or 5 Sonic games a year. It seems like.
Yeah, it's smart. People like Sonic. That's their thing.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it.
Why can't Microsoft look at this and go maybe we should make some games with all of our different IP that we have. And maybe we don't have to make these huge blockbuster games, but maybe it just has to be a game that people would want to play
and have fun for a little bit. And then
Well,
wait for the one
yeah.
that comes out next year or later
Right.
this
Right.
later this
Something
year.
that keeps our intellectual property on the top of the minds of our players, and makes them continue to feel good about the Game Pass that they may be subscribing to. Those kind of things.
Are you still taking digs at Microsoft?
Yes, I'm still taking digs at Microsoft. They're doing a bad job. What else am
They
I
are.
supposed to do?
They are.
And I love Microsoft. We all know that. I don't love Microsoft. That's stupid. But I'm
You
a
like your
fan of
Xbox.
I like my Xbox. I'm a fan of it. But I want them to do better.
Yeah.
And I know they can do better.